Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to the Abomination Goddess podcast. I have with me Casie Halseth. She is a debut author. Her first book is titled Abomination Born. You can see it on the screen there. Beautiful cover. It is a gripping fantasy novel that explores themes of identity, power, and belonging. Casie is an award-winning public speaker, and I think you'll find by watching this podcast and reading her books that she effortlessly just draws her audience into her world, both in her book and on stage. She is passionate about creating a welcoming space for those who feel like they don't quite fit in. They don't fit the mold, but they are cherished by their loved ones. Yep, they're often misunderstood. So, outside of writing, Casie thrives on building meaningful connections with kindred spirits and celebrating the magic of individuality, which is what we do on this podcast and why I love having Casie with me each week. So, welcome, Casie.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining again. My name is Ashley Kim, and I am the author of Villain Era Goddess. It is a book that I wrote to help women on their journey to set boundaries, build confidence, and heal themselves. It is a very honest and open look at what I went through and the tools that I used to survive my villain era, which is when I set boundaries. Nobody liked it. Um, and I am the founder of a digital marketing agency, and I use my experience to guide female entrepreneurs to strengthen their confidence and their online presence. I am moving into the world of book marketing and helping authors market as well. I love working with women and I love having conversations just like the ones that Casie and I have each week on our podcast. So, yay, welcome everybody. I'm excited to get started. So, today is January 1st. It's the new year, 2025. And maybe we'll kick it off by showing everybody the PDF that we have. This is free for the month of January. Let me share my screen real quick. And we have a gorgeous PDF that is 25 pages. And basically, what this allows you to do is track your tarot cards and or oracle cards throughout the year. So you can start with, we have the Wheel of Life and all of these different categories, and you basically just 1 through 10 mark how you feel for the month. Are you feeling good or not? And for each category. And then what you can do too is go through and start making an action plan for your life. And this is also a good time to pull a card if you would like to for each of these categories, and you can document those on here. And then the really exciting part is there is a page for each month. At the beginning of the month, you can pull a tarot card or a oracle card and write down which card you pull, journal about the meaning, what you think this is going to mean to you, what symbolism you see, things like that. And then at the end of the month, you can look back and journal about the card in general, how your month went. This is a great time to really look at symbolism and signs and things like that, because when you look back and reflect, you can say, "Oh, that's what this meant," or "This is what this meant," or I saw this symbol a few times this month, and I think it means this or whatever. So it's a great way to get to know your intuition and your tarot and your oracle cards better, and just a great way to survive the year. And this is your tool to use to have something on your side that's going to make your life a little bit easier. So,
Yeah, it's
and
a
then,
great idea.
yeah, thank you. Um, and so January, you will fill out, good grief, the Wheel of Life, and then you'll do it again in July. And this will be kind of like a personal check-in for yourself. How are you doing? Are you growing where you wanted to grow? How are things going? Because we know that life, likes to give you a roller coaster and it's a little different. So maybe you wanted to grow your career and ended up going backwards. And that's okay too. So that's where you can use your oracle cards and or your tarot cards and start, planning how are you going to get through this. Um and then towards the end of the year or at the end of the year in December, you're going to fill it out again. And this is just a great way to then in December look back through the whole year and just you're going to see life themes. You're going to see things that you're working on. You are going to be proud of yourself at the things that you are better at and the things that you're growing. And it's also a nice way to just see like, oh, this is where I kind of stumble a lot, or this is where I struggle a lot in my life. and it just gives you a bigger picture of you, which is amazing. And you can do it, without any judgment. So even if you see that you're struggling in life in a certain area, you don't have to judge it, but you can look at it and see what you can learn from it. So anyway, I hope everybody loves this. We are going to put a link in the email that you get with the podcast, and it'll be on Substack as well. And so, like I said, it's going to be free through the month of January. And after that, it will cost $3 on Etsy. But hopefully, everybody loves it. Okay.
I, I wanted to say something about that. On each of your pages for each month, you have it says, looking back, what did you learn? Were there any messages, symbols, or signs that you noticed? And besides the tarot, that's one thing that I wanted to talk to you about is the signs.
Mhm.
You know, in where we live here in the Ozarks right now, all the men are deep into camouflage clothes and they're getting their hunt on. And
Yeah.
so the signs, what kind of signs do you see? Men reach for these things. This is that's their tarot card.
Yeah.
They are
Yeah.
reaching for the months that their hunting comes in. They're reaching for their tarot card and they're trying to blend in with nature and become one with nature again. They've
Yes.
lost who they are. They go back to that. So that's the signs, and we notice these things.
Hmm.
I love that you put
Yeah.
that in there.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes. I love that. And I never thought about it that way, but you're right. In where I am too, men are wearing camo a lot more and they are outside a lot more. And they're outside with other men, which is kind of cool to see them all bonding and, just having that camaraderie. I also like the PDF because doing things like this, you start to see patterns in your life. And so an example of that would be since 2020, and this year it was the first year it was better, but that's because I saw the pattern. Um, the end of May, I would get so sick that I couldn't even leave the house, and I would be sick for, 2 to 3 weeks each time, deathly sick. And then once I saw that pattern, I put it together with that was when my dad passed away, and my body was hanging on to it and remembering it. But then once I put that pattern together, I was able to this year be prepared for it and not get sick. So this is, it's big in that you're looking inside yourself, you're looking outside of yourself. Like Casey is saying, you're even watching what others are doing. Like there are so many different signs and symbols that you're going to see. And then some people I know will even set like I want my my sign that I'm on the right path to be a quarter or a tower or just something. And as you see those throughout the year, it's just a good, it's just a feel good moment of, oh my gosh, there's a quarter on the ground. I'm going to pick it up. Or, um, there's a tower over here, just, I don't know. I think that stuff is fun and it helps us to be in the moment and use our intuition.
Yeah, the universe is waking you up.
Hmm. Exactly. And the more you do it and the more you practice, the more open and awake you will be. And it's a good feeling. And I think,
Mhm.
yeah, I think as everyone fills this out, I think you're gonna like it. I hope so anyway. Okay.
With that, there's something else that came to my mind with your signs and symbols. Have you ever had a time where your tires on your car are bad and you didn't have enough money for new ones, but you could buy the retread tires? Well, retread retread tires are a symbol of let's start again. Let's take
Hmm.
what we have and let's make it better. And so every time in my life, whenever we've had to use retread tires instead of the good ones, new
Yep.
ones. It I don't know. I was reading your thing and it made me think of that. The retread tires were a time where I was taking me and I was rebuilding myself, and I wasn't at a point where I could get new. I couldn't be
Hmm.
new, but I could be rebuilding myself.
Right. Right.
It
I
wasn't a
love
bad thing.
No, no. And, you know, it almost forces you to be more creative in life because,
Yes.
you know, if you don't have the money to get everything you need, you do have to get creative. And no, I love that. I love that.
Yes. Everything around us can be a symbol if we kind of look at it. And you know how we've talked about the base rock and how
Hmm.
rocks that are the in your driveway, the base rock? I was
Hmm.
thinking about that, and they what they do, what a base rock does is it keeps the clay and the muck and the mud from building up. And so that's why
Yeah.
we like the base rock so much. It's not that we need to look it up in a book and find out why we like that rock or why we're
Right.
attracted to it. It's because we know that what it does is it keeps you above the clay, it keeps you above the muck and the
Yeah.
mud. And so
Yep.
sometimes in our life, we need a symbol that will remind us to keep above the muck.
Yes. Oh, I love it. That is so good. And the functionality behind it makes it beautiful, you know, because it is so helpful to us. And what a great reminder, you know, that some of the most helpful things are those base rocks, you know, things like that. Or, you know, those retread tires are a beautiful symbol as well. They're not 100% what you would have chosen in that moment, but they are what you need to move forward.
And they worked.
And they worked. Yes. Yep, that is perfect. Yeah. And that what a great message to start a new year on too. So, yay. Let's see. Do we want to look at Oracle and tarot cards?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me share my screen again. Here we go. Okay. Ooh, I was excited to open this one. The lady.
Isn't that something?
Hmm.
It's so strange that you're bringing up symbols and you want us to pay attention to symbols every month. Well, I was at Crystal Bridges Art Center over in Fayetteville, Arkansas. If anyone hasn't been there, it's fabulous, just fabulous. It was started by a descendant of the Walmart Corporation. But
Okay.
anyway, this painting is huge. It's life size, and it's just like that sideways. And this lady is laying there like that. And
Yep.
she's done everything the right way. She's tried to do everything, and it still didn't work. Her
Nope.
life is just a mess. And, I've done everything the way the universe says to do it or the rules say to do it. And this
Uh-huh.
lady has just quit. And
Mm.
I call this quiet quitting. And
Yes.
so she's just quit. So she's still working her job. She's still dressed like she's working, but she's not innovating. She's not doing extra
Yeah.
stuff. She's not like making a brochure like you just did. you know, she's not trying anymore.
Hmm.
She's quiet quitting.
Yeah.
And this is what we really are about, is stopping the quiet quitting.
Mhm. Yeah. And I just looking at this too, one of the things I noticed, and I don't know if it's just the woman in me noticing that she's wearing uncomfortable heels.
Yes,
You know, those are hard to walk in with those straps like that.
yes,
And it's a skinny kitten heel. And her outfit is kind of bland. You know, she
yes,
almost blends in with the background. And
yes.
it just, when I look at her, I feel that everything has been stripped away from this woman and she is done.
She's done all she's supposed to do.
Yes, she
She
gave
didn't wear the
everything.
heels aren't too high, they're not too low, they're just right.
Right,
Everything, the
right.
colors are just yes, she's done everything she was told. I'm a good girl. I did this, I did that.
Yep.
And why isn't it working? Why am I unhappy? And
Yeah.
I just love this painting.
Yes.
I just love it. And yeah, that's
And you said
so
this was
every
life size?
yes,
Oh,
yes.
wow. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yep.
It's
That would be
amazing.
very interesting. I would love to see this in person. And where
Yeah.
did you say this was at again?
Crystal Bridges. It's an art museum in Fayetteville, Arkansas, owned by the daughter of the Walmart Corporation,
Yep.
old Mr. Walton, his daughter.
Yeah.
I can't
Okay.
remember her first name.
Okay. Yeah. I love that. Quiet quitting. Oh, is
Quiet
this the,
quitting.
let
That's
me
just
see if
more
I can,
information about it.
okay. I was going to see if I could
Oh yeah,
rotate it, but
it's by Wayne Thibault, I think his name is. It's called Supine Woman.
hmm, yeah,
Ah, but quiet quitting for me, that's what it is. And how many of us
yes.
have been at a point in our life where we just stopped doing
Yep.
things, just did the
Um,
minimum of what we have to do just to keep our paychecks coming, nothing more. And life was just, you know, get home, watch TV, go to bed,
repeat. Yep,
repeat, repeat.
exactly.
And
Yeah,
we did
I
all
love
the
that.
right things. We did everything we were supposed to do.
Yep. Yeah, gave everything we're supposed to give.
That's what the villain era goddess is all about. It's
It really
time to
is.
stop that.
It is. It is. Yes, I cannot wait to get the print copy or the print copy out there.
Yeah.
Let's see, which one do we want to open this
We can
rock?
look at, yeah, we can look at that picture of the prophecy stone. I've got it on, but isn't that cool? It
Yes.
looks kind of it looks kind of like pyrite.
Yeah.
And it looks a little bit like hematite also in the way it shines. And
Yeah.
the reason that I was drawn to this stone, it's called prophecy stone. And the reason I was drawn to it is because it's like a retread. Know what I'm thinking? It's like a retread tire. It started off sort of like a retread tire. It started off as uh, pyrite and magnetite.
Hmm.
And so that's where it gets its shape a little bit like the pyrite. And
Yeah.
then it, in partially through its development, it decided to morph into something else, and it changed into hematite and try to think of the other thing. Oh, limonite. And
Mm.
so when sometimes just like that base rock in the driveway, what it
Yeah.
does is what makes it so important. It keeps us out of the sludge.
Yeah.
Well, stones, one of the reasons why I just love stones is because just like this one was something, and it morphed itself into something else. And
Yeah.
so every time I wear it or look at it, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, it
Oh.
recreated itself. And so
Mm-hmm.
it took this quiet quitting lady and
Oh.
it became something new.
Yeah. And so is this shape? Is this what it's shaped like?
Yeah, they're shaped like that. Yes, or the other one too.
Really?
And
Yeah,
that's
this
the
one up here.
pyrite in it. That's the
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
yeah. And
That
the
is
reason
so
they're called
cool.
prophecy stones is it was found in Egypt. It comes from Egypt, and somebody who first found it laid his head on it and as a pillow for 7 days, and he started to be able to see the future.
Really? Oh, that's really
But
cool.
yeah, but for if we know what a stone has been through in its lifetime, or
Yeah.
what it serves, it can be a symbol for us as to what we are going through and what we need, and as a reminder to us.
Yeah. And this is also a really good reminder that change isn't bad. This rock is what it is, first of all, so like you are what you are, I am what I am. And as we change, that's not bad. And so I
Yeah,
think people feel like when big changes happen, it could be because something good or bad in their lives, but when that change happens, they feel like it's not normal and like it's bad, but it isn't. It isn't bad.
it's just a change. Remember, I love to say, choose
Yes.
again, the power of change.
Mhm. Yes, definitely. Choose again. Yeah, that is amazing. I love that. I the way that you talk about stones and educate us is so helpful. And hopefully, I mean, for me and hopefully for others listening, just knowing like how much goes into all of these natural elements around us is
Mhm.
so cool. You start to realize just how much bigger everything really is. and how much we're kind of the same as those things
Hmm.
as well.
Well,
For sure.
Native Americans, they will watch different animals and then they use that animal to help them with something in their life. Like, for instance, if it might be the rabbit that they're drawn to, the rabbit runs, in zigzag patterns, and
Hmm.
it does that naturally to avoid predators.
Hmm.
And so, if we're zigzagging through our life, it might be a good thing. So if all of a sudden you're thinking about rabbit, it might be important because for some reason you need to zigzag. You're not really going off your where you're trying to get to, but you have to zigzag to stay away
Right.
from the predators. Or like you say in your book, you have to set your boundaries.
Hmm. Yeah, definitely. I love that. Yeah, so you're not necessarily leaving your path, you're just walking it a little bit differently.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
avoiding those that,
Yeah. It's kind of
the
like an armor.
predators,
Yeah. Yeah.
the
The armor of
the energy
protection.
vampires.
Yes. Oh, I cannot stand the energy vampires.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right. I'm gonna go share it again. Okay, so we have another book, correct? Is this a book?
Oh, that was just the book that I got the picture from. It was from the museum, Crystal Bridges,
Oh, gotcha. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, and
and
this
that's
is
just
the
more information about the
yep.
the painting. Yeah, or yeah,
Yeah. Okay, let me make it a little bit bigger so people can see the name of the artist and the painting. That is just so cool.
yeah, yeah,
Okay. So you have are these tarot? Oh, was this tarot or
yeah.
oracle?
Tarot,
Tarot.
tarot.
Okay. Um, okay. So Wisdom from the Dragon Realms. There
Yes,
is a dragon oracle book that I've been wanting for a while, and now that I see this, it's just so gorgeous.
it is gorgeous, isn't it?
Yes, it is so gorgeous, and I just love it. And like I told you, it is intense. Um, and it's just powerful.
It is. Now, this particular one means that the dark times are over, and it's time to start over, and that's so
Hmm.
appropriate for right now.
Yes. Yes. Let me pull up. Yeah, I do agree. This is very appropriate. The dark times are over. Their exile is past. The dragon has called them back to the world. Yeah, rise up, mindful and balanced, to move forward with grace and clarity. Self-loathing and doubt have no place in this brave new world.
So wake up
So,
from that quiet quitting.
hmm yes, yep.
Get that
Let me
woman
pull up
to
this
get off
picture again.
the yeah, she needs to wake up. Mhm.
Yes, kick off those heels. Get up.
Yes, yes. Put on your boots.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
me anyway. I've always got boots on, cowboy boots.
Yep. I love it. I'm a tennis shoes kind of a girl. I wanted to share. So I think it was 2 weeks ago in my Villain Goddess newsletter, I had some Oracle card spreads, and this is the one that I did this morning, the self-love and growth. And so I did three cards, or tarot cards, not Oracle. What inner barriers or external influences are blocking me from fully loving myself? What are some strengths or areas of potential that I'm ready to grow in 2025? And how can I honor and nurture myself? Focusing on self-care, compassion, and celebration moving forward. And so these are the ones that I pulled. They're kind of hard to read. I apologize. And my dirty carpet with kid marker and hair. But I have 10 of Swords, Page of Cups, and the Knight of Cups. Um, and oh, I did bring my book in with me because I always have to look up what these mean. But when you see this, Casie, what comes to mind for you?
Well, the Ten of Swords. Remember, swords to me is everything to do with thinking. That's in that
Mhm.
third. The first quadrant is action. The next quadrant is feeling. The next quadrant is thinking, and the next quadrant is manifesting things. So you're in the swords, which is the thinking. And number 10s, it's an awful lot of thinking going on. There's been a lot of thinking, a lot of planning, a lot
Hmm.
of a lot of mental work. And then
Yeah.
you move into the Page of Cups and the Knight of Cups. Now the Knight and the Page are in the royalty cards. And so that means you've gone through the circle the first time. Now you're going through it the second time. So you are uh, mastering the feelings and the
Hmm.
issues that have gone on. You're at the master level, and the page is always willing to learn, and the knight is always ready to do something with those
Hmm.
feelings.
Yeah. Yes, I love that. And I think I was excited to get this spread.
Yeah.
As you know, just because I was like, oh, it's very encouraging. I have been at a point where I've been thinking about pivoting my business just in general. So it kind of made me feel good that all of the thinking and planning and just ruminating and reviewing and everything that I've been doing to kind of assess my situation um, I feel like, it's kind of at its peak where it is time for me to make my decision and move forward. And I feel like it's in good timing, like I'm not forcing anything and that I'm following my heart and what I want to do. So when I when I got this today, I was like, "Woohoo, I like this." I like it when
Yeah,
I pull
it's very
something
good.
that
Which was the first one you pulled?
the 10 of swords. Yep, so that one, hold on, let me it's easier if I also look on my phone because I have okay. So 10 of swords was what inner barriers or external influences are blocking me from fully loving myself. And so that was 10 of swords. Page of cups is what are some strengths of or areas of potential I'm ready to grow in 2025. And then Knight of Cups was how can I honor and nurture myself, focusing on self-care, compassion, and celebration moving forward.
I love this deck that you have. It's just awesome. The the
Thank you.
artist, the artist was very intuitive when they put this together.
Yes. Yeah, thank you. I love it too. It is Vieira's Snow Crystals Wild Moon. I'll have to post a picture. But
Okay.
I have really been enjoying it. I mean, sometimes I'll just pull the cards out and look at them just because they're so
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Yeah, they're really, really nice. Now the
Yeah.
first one is a sword with the hands on the sword.
Mhm.
And that's really awesome.
Yeah, and it's like the hands are also lightning, it looks like. I mean,
Hmm
it's
hmm
really cool how they did it. And then on
And
each
that
side of
lightning goes
this,
out is like you're thinking.
yeah, and it connects to it looks like, smaller swords almost
Yeah.
on each side of
hmm
it.
Yep.
But it reminds me of, when the lightning strikes and you have the antenna on your house that,
Yep.
so it hits that instead of other, I don't know. I really like these.
It's
And
because the step after that is the focusing.
yeah,
You begin to focus your thoughts. You
yeah,
know, you've got them all out there and you've been covering every base, everything you can think about,
yep,
almost to the point where it's hard to manage all these thoughts that you have. It's
yes.
they're just all over the place, but you know that everyone is valuable.
Hmm.
And so then this next thing that you'll be doing is to put them in order and
Yep.
get it figured out. That's why these other ones are very good because the page is always willing to do something. The page is like, let's gung ho, and your emotions are good toward this. Let's do this. And what is this? Is that an elk? Probably no. That's a male deer, a buck.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
it's
it's
a
a
male.
buck.
Yeah, I couldn't really tell if it was an elk or a reindeer or something along those lines.
Oh yeah,
But I don't know if you can tell, there are candles lit at the bottom and then the little
oh yeah,
orbs of light kind of floating up too.
so awesome.
Yeah.
So awesome.
Yeah, it is really pretty.
And then in case uh, in case you're pursuing what you are doing because the page is setting you forward, you've got the Knight of Cups, and the Knight, you wouldn't want to mess with that Knight.
Yeah.
Doesn't that Knight look like a critter that he knows how to defend you?
Oh yeah, like he means business. Yes, for
Yeah.
sure. I want
So
him in my corner.
remember,
Yeah.
I've talked about how I like being stubborn. I like the fact that I could be stubborn, and I'm stubborn for what's right, what's good. And you know, I'm not going to let somebody take me off my path. And
Yeah.
that's where stubbornness comes in, and you have the Knight. So every time you pull up any of the Knights, you know that they're working for you. They're going to help you stay on your path. And every time you pick up any of the pages, they're like, oh, gung ho, let's do it. Come on, let's do it.
Yeah. I love that. Thank you. Yeah, I was very excited for the spread and I'm glad I took a picture of it so I could keep it forever. Like, what a good reminder to keep moving forward
Yeah.
with both enthusiasm and with stubbornness.
Yeah. And see, these are symbols for you. And again, it
Mhm.
goes back to what you wrote in your PDF here.
Yeah.
Um, we're supposed to notice these symbols.
Yes. Yeah. And that's what, yeah, I mean, myself, I am so excited to use this and to write
Yeah.
down
Yeah.
all those symbols. Like I plan to go through these and write down there's candles on there, there's lights, like
Right.
I want to write down everything. Yeah, so that I can really look at everything at the end of the month and then again at the end of the year as well. And I think I'm going to learn a lot about my own intuition and how my intuition speaks to me. And so I hope other
Yes.
people can do that too.
Yes.
Okay, let's see here. Oh, I uploaded another spread, but I won't worry about that one today. I, all right. So let's see. Wrapping up. My goodness, this went so fast today. I feel like we've only been talking for 10 minutes. Wrapping up, the new year is here. Um, think about, let's see, the base rocks and what they're doing for you, and their function is beautiful. And, retread tires is still a pivot and something new and beautiful as well. And what a great way to kind of reframe things. Everybody wants the perfect life, but you have to create a perfect life out of what you have. So,
Yeah, a
um,
retread tire will still get you there.
yes,
Hopefully, if
exactly.
it's done right, it'll get you
Yeah,
there.
if it's done right.
And if
Yeah,
it's not, get
exactly.
another one.
Exactly. Do what you gotta do. I love that. And I really liked the moving forward with stubbornness and eagerness. That just
Yes.
speaks to me right now. I love that. And I'm
And
I'm
all your
glad that
knights are like that. All the knights on the cards are going to help you out with that.
yeah. Yep. So I will not be letting him go. I have him on photo and I might make that the background of my phone. Oh, I love it. Any other messages that we want everyone to remember?
Well, when you said that you sometimes go to a stone store and you're looking up what the meanings are of the rocks rather than going for the rocks. And I was saying to use your intuition or whatever. Maybe with this other kind of approach, think about what does that stone do in nature?
Mm.
Like if
Oh,
if
yeah.
if a stone has a growth that's sticking out of it that looks kind of odd or whatever, what does that tell you? Do you have something that's sticking out of you? Does it look good? Does it not look good? Look how proud that stone is looking with that thing that's sticking out of it.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Yes.
In the stone world, we call those drusies, and where there's a druzy, it could be in the shape of a square or no shape necessary at all, but usually there's always going to be a druzy um, around crystals, and
Mm-hmm.
they're very important. They're part of the crystal. Wouldn't be crystal without the drusies around it.
Yeah, true. That is a very good point.
So when you're
Drusies.
looking
Okay.
at stones or anything, you're looking what what you're looking for is what is that stone's purpose in life? What has it done? What
Mhm.
kind of life has it had? And what can
Right,
it tell you about its life?
right.
Like
Yes.
the
Oh, I
rabbit.
love that. Right, yeah. And yeah, and what a way to just be closer to nature in general. I mean, just doing research on how does the stone get to where it is, or what are all of the different things a rabbit even does? Like, what does it do when it's scared, when it's hungry, when it wants to rest? How does it know where it's supposed to go rest? All these little things when you start really studying nature, you learn a lot, you learn so much and you appreciate it more too. So I
And
love
those are
that.
your symbols.
Yes, yes. And those are your symbols. Write them down in your little packet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Thank you for doing that.
Yes, yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, we can do little check-ins too, on the podcast throughout the year and see how everyone's doing and how we're doing with it as well. So, all right. Well, I hope everybody has an amazing New Year's Day and a new year in general. And don't forget how amazing you are. And if you do forget how amazing you are, then pick up a rock and look at it or do some research on it and do some research on some of the critters in your backyard too. Get in there with nature. Awesome. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.